Hello, it's Tomek here and welcome in Nikos Trading Academy members area. In this video I will explain you how to use our homepage and what you can find here. So when you scroll a little bit down, you will see that we have all current programs and membership listed here. So we have Core Trader program, Advanced Trader program, and also workshops. Currently it's not available. It will coming soon because we are working right now on this. But here you find our future and past workshops. If you are Core Trader program, you just click to this button here and you will be redirected to the Core Trader members area. If you're Advanced Trader, of course you click here and also you will be redirected. Of course, Core Traders doesn't have access to the Advanced Trader program, but if you are Advanced Trader, you have access to Core Trader program, but it's unnecessary to go here because everything which is in the core you also find in Advanced plus of course many other things. Below you will see our upcoming events, upcoming workshops with the special discount for our members. Of course, if you miss this, we always send emails about our workshops, so no worries. Of course, all our members have always discounts for upcoming events and workshop. When you go back to a little bit higher, here of course we are currently on the home page here, and next to it you will see your current active membership. So right now I'm Core Trader, so my membership is here. If you are Advanced Trader, you will see Home and only Advanced Trader without the Core Trader program, because in the Advanced, Core Trader is included. Of course, here you have contact form if you want to contact with us. So to go to your program, you can just simply click this this button, those icons here, or you just go here and click directly, and you will be redirected to members area. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.
Hello, it's Tomek here and welcome in Advanced Trader members area. In this video I will give you a short overview how to use the members area and how to start with Advanced Trader program. So this is the main section of the members area. We are currently on the dashboard. When you click to home button, you will be redirected of course to the home page where you have access to Core Trader program, Advanced Trader program, and members and the workshops. If you are Advanced Trader, you don't have to check the Core Trader program because it's exactly the same, and we add all things from Core Trader program to Advanced Trader program, so it's enough to use this one. So right now we are on the dashboard section. You have two ways to navigate. You have the menu here when you can go and choose what you like to check, and of course if you scroll down a little bit lower, here we have direct links to classic module, Renko module, extra module, and download section. So whenever you want to go directly to one of the sections, you just choose what you want to check and just click on the button and you will be redirected. And below you have live room section, and here is the full schedule of our live trading room with the password here, and of course if you want to join, just click this link here. Before you start with the video modules and the live trading room, I would really recommend you to go first to the download section. So when we go here, you will find here all our templates and indicators. So here the first are templates. So you have the video how to download and install. Of course, here is the button to download, so please do it, so it will be easier for you to learn from our materials. Then you have a free NTA Renko chart indicator. This indicator creates the Renko chart on MT4 platform, and this is for free. This is our indicator and it works on the 1 minute chart, but all you will find also in this video explanation. Also here you have the video how to download history in MT4, which is necessary with this indicator. Below you will see over Renko indicators. This is like this is also for Renko charts, but it's like more advanced indicator, and you don't have to use it on the 1-minute chart, so you can jump between the time frames really easy. So it's like more advanced indicator, and it's from external company. That's why you have to purchase it separately. Of course, we have the special price for our members, and when you click to this link here, you will be redirected to page where you have this special offer. So whenever, if you decide to purchase it, just click buy now, pay now, and you will be redirected to the PayPal where you can continue with the purchasing. This indicator also have a trial version, so you can easily download first and check if you like this. I think it's like 14 days for trial, so you don't have to buy it immediately, but you can still test it first. The next is NTA Basic Risk EA. It's like it's the EA for core trader program, and it's like basic without any license, so you can only manage risk management and can manage positions, open up to 3 positions. So if somebody is looking for really simple risk management EA, this is for you. And when you scroll down, we have NTA Risk EA. This is like more advanced EA. Where you have also trend line alarms. It finds our 1 to 3 setups, and also you have EMA alarms, plus you can split positions up to 5 per trade, and this EA comes with the license. So when you want to use it, just send email to support@nikostradingacademy.com with your MT4 accounts. You can use up to 3 MT4 accounts per this EA. Of course, if you change your account, just send us email that you want to replace some account, and we will do it for you. Next, it's also NTA Smart Renko EA. This is of course our semi-automated EA, and it also comes with the license. So exactly the same situation like with the Risk EA. And you for this EA you can also use up to 3 MT4 accounts, and it works only on the Renko charts. This one, NTA Risk EA, works on the Classic and on the Renkos. This one works only on the Renko chart. Lower you will find trading plans and journals. So we added here some examples of our elite students. Trading plans and trading journals, so it will be also easier for you to create something like this. Lower is the Nikos story, so you can download PDF and read his story. And below, our ebooks, our core system, Renko, and extra Renko scalping system. So please check this down section first, and then if you are ready, if your templates are in MT4, then you can go directly to the video modules. So as you see, we split the modules. Here you have the module Classic, which is for the Heikin Nashi charts. We also split for the top-down approach, swing trading, day trading, and scalping. Another module is the Renko module. So it's exactly the same like the Classic, but only on the Renko charts. You can also see that we teach how to do the top-down approach. Here you have the strategies, and of course module with the NTA trading robot, which is of course NTA Smart Renko EA. Another module is extra. We added here starter program. Here you have a bonus workshop, high performance trader, which was organized in past, and it's for the Classic charts. You also have 20 pips for breakfast module, and this is our advanced scalping strategy. And when you go there, you will also get this extra indicator for this strategy. Here it's called NTA alert indicator. So you have of course video how to use it, and and bonus materials to this workshop, like strategy, PDF, checklist, and of course template for this workshop. Members tweak strategies. This is the module where our members tweaked a little bit our things, and also they have really nice results, so you can check what they did. Focus sessions. This is here when we organize some session for our members. So whenever our members have any problems, any questions, we can organize like special event for you, and we will describe or we will explain the problem which you have, and of course then those sessions are put exactly here. Of course, module how to and download section here. So let's check also the live room tab because it's for the live room. And when we go here, my internet connection is not so nice, I see. Okay, now it's here. Here we have intro video where you have, of course, we have explained everything just on this side. Of course, we have schedule, meeting link, password. Here we have time zone converter, so you can convert your this time of the live training into your local time. This in this video I explain how to use it, and below you'll find replay videos for our live trading rooms. Of course, here at the top you will find always the latest live room recording. So basically that's all, and what I would like to just to give you a tip. First, if you are really new to this, first please start to watch Module Classic. Try to understand how to do the top-down approach because it's really important. Then check the strategies and try to check which suits you the most, and then go to the module Renko to understand how the Renko charts works. And then if you have full overview about the classic charts, Renko charts, then you choose one strategy or two strategies, and you can create trading plan, which you have in the download section, so example, so you know how to do it. Then stick to those strategies and create trading journal to monitor this, and slowly you will see if you make mistakes or you make profits, or you can adjust something. So in this way it will give you the full understanding what you do correct or what you do wrong. So again, remember to choose one strategy, maximum two at beginning, create trading plan, trading journal, and start to practice. So basically that's all from my side. I'm really happy that you are part of our trading family. I'm sure that you will be that you will have a lot of fun checking our videos, and I'm sure that after applying everything you will become a successful trader. Of course, if you have any questions, any problems, feel free to contact us. Here when you go to contact section, just fill up this form or just send directly email to support@nikostradingacademy.com. So again, thanks a lot, and wish you great trades. Bye.
Okay, in this video we are going to talk about and analyze how to find the main direction or trend on the chart. This is most important. It doesn't matter if we want to trade manually or we want to trade automatically using the robot, or combine both, of course. You need to know in which direction the market or the forex pair you're choosing, or whatever product you want to trade, in which direction this is actually moving. If we don't have a clear direction, it is difficult to make decisions, and we really want to trade when charts look good. If the setups according to our rules are met, everything looks really nice on the chart, then we trade. If the charts don't look great and nice, and we don't have setups and we don't have directions, then we wouldn't trade, no matter if we want to do it manually or if we want to use our robot or EA. Okay, so very, very important. First, we want to do a quick top-down approach. That means we go from higher time frames to lower time frames and figure out if we have a direction, a trend, or maybe even a range. So right now we want to find the direction. So I'll make it really easy and simple for you, because this is not complicated at all. You want to use our basic template. We call it Spartan or Spartan 1. You can rename it, up to you. To do the top-down approach, we don't need any Renko charts. We just need our simple Spartan 1 chart. You can also use plain charts with nothing on it, but I really like to use my Spartan template because I have my Heikin Ashi candles on it, and it's showing me in the white candles, in this case, the strength of the buyers, and the red, the strength of the sellers. So this will help me identifying the direction immediately. You start on a monthly chart. Let's say you have never seen this pair before. The first thing you want to do is check your monthly chart for one time, once. You don't need to do it every day, just once. Sometimes it's telling you really like immediately what's going on, and in this case the same. So we see we have kind of a range on this monthly chart. We have a bottom formation down here. Okay, and you don't need to draw any lines, I'm just pointing it out. And after price reaching this area, it's bouncing, and then we see those white candles. So if I zoom in a little bit, you see that price opened low, it closed higher, here it opened here, and because we still have like 15 days for the month to close, it's still moving up. So it's a great sign. It's telling us this is going up for more than 1 month at least. So we have already our direction just by checking the monthly chart. We know that this is going up for now, and we also know, because it's over the 36 already, our trend following EMA, that we have a good, there's a potential there that price could really move higher and trying to find the previous highs on this chart. This is okay. We don't need to know this right now. Later on, when you get good at this, you will see it at once, but right now you just need to focus on the last 2 or 3 candles, and you see, because those are monthly candles and they are moving up, we have a clean volatile up move and uptrend, so the direction is long. This is the only thing you need to do on the monthly chart. Quickly check. Now we go to our weekly and do exactly the same thing. Look for the direction and see if it's powerful. So here you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more candles. Here with a little range, you can see price is sometimes opening low, closing high, and then again going down and up and down. So in a lower time frame, this would look like a range, but right now we still have candles that close every week a little bit higher, at least this week, and this is more important for us if we want to do day trading or swing trading or even scalping. It doesn't matter if price creates higher points on the charts and we have still those powerful white candles, we know we have an uptrend, right? Also remember, as long as price is above the 36, our trend following EMA, we are mainly looking for longs. So again, monthly chart, white candles moving up. Weekly chart, white candles above the 36 and still moving up. Great, so we know confirmation also on this weekly chart. The price is still moving up. Daily chart, let's check this one. price is creating ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. I explain later on, but it's creating higher highs in the end and higher lows on the chart. So if you look at the previous candle, like today, again a white candle. Before we had a little bit of a retracement, but all in all, price is always creating those higher points on the chart, also confirming this is the blue 12 EMA, the volatility EMA, also telling us this, yes, daily is also long. We have a direction on all higher time frames, monthly, weekly, and daily, and that is telling us that we are mainly looking for long trades. We want to buy this pair whenever we get an opportunity. For right now, we just need to find the main direction and the trend. So we have a main direction and at the same time, of course, a trend, because when all time frames are pointing in one direction and we have one direction and we have higher highs and higher lows, we have an uptrend right now, right? So price is moving up. To trade, actually, we need to check the 4 hourly as well and the 1 hourly chart. So we do this quickly. You can see even here we have more retracements, but in the end higher lows and again higher highs. The previous candles, the 4 hourly candles, are white. So today again we had a big move up. So it's volatile and it is confirming still, if you zoom out a little bit, that price is actually creating those 1, 2, 3s and ABCs, but moving higher. And again, we know that now we trade still long trades. We're focusing on the longs. We check also quickly the 1 hourly, and that is as far as we go. Even here, today especially, price is moving up and up and up, meaning that we know the direction and we know that we will focus on long trades as long as all those time frames, especially when they agree, it's perfect. It's a perfect scenario. And as I said, we won't get everyday perfect scenarios, but on some pairs, charts and price will move better than others. So we are choosing wisely because we really want volatile pairs. We want to have as good as possible or the best scenarios that we can get, so we get really good chances to make great trades. And when we do this correctly, that alone gives us a chance of over 80% winning trades. So just keep that in mind. If you choose the pairs correctly and you find the main directions on your chart, this is how it all starts. And right now, for this video, the only thing you need to understand and learn is how to find a main direction or a trend, and that's all. Again, monthly, we want to look at the previous candles. White candles meaning uptrend, these red ones meaning, of course, a downtrend. But right now, price is up here, as you can see. 2 candles up, so the last 2 months we have a nice powerful uptrend. On the weekly, the last candles also moving up above the 36, great stuff. On the daily, everything is up and up. We have retracement candles, but you can clearly see the uptrend. The market is breathing in, it's breathing out. Remember, it's a living thing, going up, retracing, going up, retracing. White candles on the daily, that means today and yesterday we are looking for sure for long trades. On the 4 hourly chart, to zoom in, we need this later on to make trading decisions every day. Up, up, up in the end. So right now, for sure, again, we're looking for longs and the 1 hourly chart as well. So if everything is lined up and everything is pointing in one direction, you know that no matter, even if we get the retracements, mainly we are focusing on longs. So we can trade manually or we can trade with our robot and combine it. But doesn't even matter if we do it manually or we use our robot, we still do the top-down approach to find the main direction first. And that's what you have to do. So I would say choose pairs, and do the top-down approach the way I did it here in this video to practice. Now you will see it doing the top-down approach that if there is no powerful trend on the monthly and weekly, you can still have good movement on the daily, 4 hourly and 1 hourly, or the other way around. So the trick is really to identify and know what to do next. You don't have to know this stuff right now. You just need to practice on the top-down approach and finding the main direction. This is what this video is all about, nothing else. Now I will do one more example. We check another pair, like for instance the euro yen. I get rid of the 206.33 because I want to keep it simple on this chart to identify the direction. Here we do it faster now. Look, we go to our monthly chart. If you look at it, this looks like a downtrend on the monthly chart. Okay, and even if you draw your trend lines here with those touches, you'll see it was down and now it is breaking up. You have like a big white candle on this monthly chart. So it doesn't matter that before we had a downtrend, now we have a big white monthly candle that opened here and is still going up over 500 pips, and we still have 2 weeks before the month is closing. So this candle alone is telling me and you that we have an up move right now. Okay, so we're not looking for shorts, but probably mainly for longs. So we check the weekly chart. Here it's confirming prices over the 36, many white candles, so it's going up. We know already that we will probably focus on long trades. We want to buy this pair. On the daily chart, you can see how many white candles we have. We have some red in between, a little range on the lower time frames, but still, especially yesterday and today, it's still moving up. So you already know in which direction you have to trade and what your focus is. Your focus is on long trades. 4 hourly chart, same story. Prices retracing here, bouncing on the 36, our trend following EMA, and going up. So what is the focus? Mainly, even though it will probably retrace, we'll focus on long trades because we want to trade in the direction of the main trend. 1 hourly, I zoom out for you. See, we have retracements, but it's staying over the 36. So again, we are focusing mainly on longs, and that is what you need to know to make the right decisions. If you do that right, you are halfway there, even if you want to do it manually or if you want to use the robot. Okay, that's all for now. Now when markets get funny and they don't look great and the charts are just looking weird, then you just walk away. But I have more videos in special sections for you that will explain weird looking charts later on. Right now just focus on good looking charts. Try to find main trends, either up or down trends. In this case we have uptrends, of course, and get good at finding the direction. Just by watching this video a couple of times will help. Okay, see you in the next video. Okay, the second video is about a range on the chart, how to identify a range on your chart. We will go over this in other videos as well, and for sure in the live room, but just for the new traders or guys that don't really know how to identify a range fast, I will give you a simple explanation and show you how it works. Now, when you do your top-down approach, remember the first video, and you see that on your weekly or monthly and daily and 4 hourly chart, on the higher time frames you have a good trend, okay, or even on, or just on the weekly and the daily. But then you switch to a lower time frame like the 4 hourly or 1 hourly, and you don't see this trend actually happening. You might get confused and say, hey man, I did the top-down approach everything is pointing up, for instance, but when I go to my 1 hourly to look for trade, or to my 4 hourly, for example, I don't see a clean direction anymore. Now when that happens, it doesn't matter if you're experienced or new, a range is something everybody sees. Yeah, it's like something really easy to spot. If price is not going up clearly or not going down clearly, you will see candles, some moving down, some move up, some move down again. It looks a little bit like it has a direction, but in the end it's not following through. It's coming back up, coming back down. And what is helping you is actually the crossovers. Our 12 crossing the 36 to one direction. It looks like a trend change, but then in the end it's not strong enough, moving back up, and then you have another crossover in the other direction, and then again it's moving back down and another crossover. So you know when price is not following a clean direction anymore. Like if you scroll back, you'll see it was very fast moving up, very steep, didn't even retrace back to the 36, just to the 12, and then at some point it created lower highs. This high is lower than this, and then it touched the 36, and here you have a white candle, which usually means okay, it will probably move higher, but then decided not to, came back down, created a lower high, started to range, moved lower, and now it looks like a possible trend change, but instead of moving lower it moves back up. So at that point, especially when the EMAs are crossing in one direction and then crossing back up, you know that something is maybe wrong. If the main trend is up, we would say okay, price is over the 36, it will move up, it will retrace, take a breather, and continue the way up on an uptrend, right? But if that's not happening, here didn't happen, here didn't move higher, here didn't happen, then you already know, even if you're not experienced, that you don't have a clean direction anymore. Especially when you take like a horizontal line from up here and you draw it like this, where you have most touches, you see okay, it cannot break this, it cannot break this, and then the low is the same. This is a difficult range. Yeah, I chose it for a reason. It's not a very clear one. You have like lowest points here and some up here, so it didn't really stay below here. It was like a false break, and then retested this area, this previous low, and this again, and came back up. So you see clearly that you don't have a good trend anymore. If that happens when you're looking for a live setup, if you want to trade the 1 hourly charts manually, or combine it with your Renko strategy or with a robot, if you see a chart that looks like this, if you don't already know the strategy well and you don't have a big enough target, that's not for now, but I'm just saying, then you walk away and look for better looking charts or better looking pair. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. If a chart looks funny, it looks funny for you and for me. And I'm trading for many, many years. So if I see something like that, maybe price is somewhere here or somewhere here, and I just don't like the direction anymore because I can't see any anymore, I won't trade. I will look at a different chart, a different product or pair, and look for a clean direction. What I mentioned in the first video, something that looks clear to me. So to protect yourself, you have to really go with your instinct and say, okay, I clearly identify the range. I don't like how it looks, so I need some kind of confirmation, because this time frame, this 1 hourly chart, doesn't give me anything. I either change the pair, look for something else, or I change the time frame and look for closer or better looking cleaner chart. Like maybe the 4 hour looks better at this point. Maybe it's showing me a bigger retracement and it will clean up later on. Okay, so if I'll scroll a little bit forward here, you see, okay, it looks like it wants to go down again. It goes down for sure. We don't have any setups yet. And then in the end, you get some setups, and when you enter with your robot, you probably make also profits, but for day and scalping. But when you are looking for swing trades at this point, when you do the top-down approach, in this example it's an uptrend, right? Now it's going down here. what happens, you'll see it's only going down for a little bit, make some profits, but in the end crossing back up and then crossing back up. And if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see it looks all a little bit weird because price does not stick and stay below the 36 or clear above it. It's kind of breaking up, breaking down, breaking back up, coming back down for a while, breaking back up. So this on the 1 hourly chart, it's still volatile, but it's not clean. Okay, here you have a little trend on the 1 hourly chart, but only for a little bit before it's going back up. Now, this was a range, this was a trend, but a not very clean one. Okay, and then trend is changing and going back up. But this is only 1 hourly chart. If you check now your 4 hourly chart, here things are cleaning up. Because what happened here on the 1 hourly, here you got the range, price retested an area of support. The 36 is your trend following EMA, right? So this is your trend line. It broke it for a while, but it was fake, only to move back up. And when you know about trend lines, which is in the next video, you know that, okay, it's an uptrend. I know that from my top-down approach, everything is going up, right? So I know that this area, the 36, is my support area, even if it's breaking for a while. When price comes back up and it starts cleaning up again, cleaning out, and I start drawing my trend lines, I know, like this, for instance, this, I have 3 touches, the main trend is up, and when price continues moving up, in the end I will follow the main trend because all the higher time frames are pointing up, right? So you don't have to remember that stuff I just said 100%. I'm just slowly giving you the steps. So on the top-down approach, this pair is long, but on the retracement, on the way down, it ranged for a while, and then it found a setup. It gave me a 1, 2, 3 setup, which I will explain later on, and it continued the main trend. So I know at this point that the main trend is again working after price failing to actually go down. Yeah, just because I did my top-down approach and I figured out the main direction. And this will also protect me from taking short trades on an uptrend, especially when you switch to your lower time frame and you find at this point that the chart looks funny and rangy. Yeah, the combination of higher and lower time frame is the key to understand the direction and actually the setups. And here after that break, you get cleaner setups again following the main trend. Now again, you don't have to overanalyze and remembering it. It's just me showing you a weird looking chart, a range on a retracement, and in the end price again finding the main trend and following the main uptrend. Okay, of course I will go in much detail when I explain the whole strategy. I just want you to find and figure out how a range and a trend looks like. And when a chart looks funny like this one, you try to avoid trading on it. And if it starts looking clean again and you know the main direction by doing your top-down approach, you continue trading it. I'm not saying you cannot make any profits here. You can, but right now you want to get good at understanding and reading the charts to make wise decisions for you and your robot. Okay? Yeah, that's it. See you in the next video, and this will be about finding horizontal support and resistance areas. Okay, this is video number 3, and it's about drawing and finding horizontal support and resistance areas on your chart. That is the first thing we do after identifying the main direction or trend or range on the chart. Again, we quickly do our top-down approach from the monthly chart. We know already this is the Euro-US dollar example. I make the chart a little bit bigger. We know already just by looking at the last 2 candles that we have an up move here. Okay, all in all, this pair on the monthly chart is pretty much ranging, and that is good information on this monthly chart because it's clearly visible, right? And it will be also visible on the weekly chart. So the first thing we do, we just check the monthly chart. We know it's volatile, but we have more information and we can start drawing some important lines. The weekly chart, I will zoom out for that, is showing us the same thing in more detail. And what is very important, that we draw some lines to find support and resistance areas. And we are talking about not about trend lines, but horizontal support and resistance lines. For that, we take our draw horizontal line, a tool here on MT4, and we find areas that are really pointing out on our chart. Now we want to find them close to price action, but because we are practicing here, I will first of all point out those that are really, really easy to spot. As you can see, we have those lows, prices coming back down, testing the highs, and then coming back down. So down here we have multiple touches. I don't want to leave my horizontal line at the lowest points on the chart, but when I draw a horizontal line, I want to find areas with multiple touches. And here, for instance, I have more than two. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, a break, a false break, 5. So this is a really great area to leave my horizontal support line. Yeah, we don't want to draw the line, as I said, at the bodies or the spikes of our candles, but where we get the most touches, somewhere or somewhat between the bodies and the spikes if possible. So we can all agree that we have multiple touches here, and now we have a powerful support area. It does mean the price has to touch this area and bounce off it exactly, but we can spot this whole area and give it like a space up and down, just to identify it, right? So we know this is really a powerful area of support. We do the same thing for our resistance. Again, we take our line, and we don't want to draw it at the highest or lowest spots. We want to actually, sorry for that, I'm just recording here, and the screen is not that big, so it's always playing around here with this. I make the chart a little bit smaller. Here we go. So you can see where do we have the most touches? We have them up here, no. Down here, not. But it's very clear to see that we have a lot of touches here and in this area and here, and a little bit lower. So we can move the price, the line closer to here, where we get even more touches, and then it's between the bodies and the tails. And later on, in case price is actually breaking this area, we can still grow another line and add them to the highest points up here. But we don't need to do this, because most important for us is the area where we find the most touches. This is giving us the biggest arranging area here on the chart. And this is really great information, because we know that if price is getting close to this area, we could expect possible bounces or even big breaks. That's why we need those lines, because horizontal support and resistance areas are telling us where the price is likely to bounce or to break. This is really, really important information if we want to take, especially on the higher time frames, if we want to take big swing trades, right? So for now, this is how this would look. Are there more horizontal areas? Yes, there are. If you check right in the middle of this range, of this big range, there's a smaller range. you get a lot of touches between here and down here. So you could leave even a line in the middle of this range, and then there you have another small range. Okay, but because price is above this line already, this wouldn't act as resistance anymore. This now is acting more as support. So in case price comes back, this area here where we have a lot of touches between here and here would now act as support. And the next area of resistance is of course here. And we always want to draw horizontal lines close to support, close to price action. It means if the price is here, this line doesn't matter much because the price is really like 500-600 pips away from that line. But the closer line is here. Okay, and of course even up here you have a lot of touches, but price is above all of those, so it doesn't really matter how you draw it. The area is clear for you to see. When price is getting closer to those lines here, then we can expect a bigger bounce. Because why do we expect this? Because price did already bounce on the historical chart. In past it did already bounce in this area, and the past history we have is helping us for future trading. Very important. And we don't need to draw hundreds of horizontal lines. We just need one line above price that is really easy to spot, and one line below price for support in case price comes back. We don't need hundreds of lines. So in this case we don't even need this line. We just need the resistance line up here and the support line down here. That's all you need on the chart. And the good thing is you don't have to draw those lines every day. You draw it once on your higher time frame and you just leave it there until price reaches this area, or even breaks those before you have to draw other lines. Okay, that's all you need on the weekly chart. When you do your top-down approach, you know already it's an uptrend on the weekly chart, the white candles. So what we do now, we combine what we already know. The main direction, it's trending on this weekly chart. We know we had some ranges before, that's why we draw horizontal support and resistance lines, but we also know that price is going up in this range. On the daily chart, price did move up, it came back down, and look, that is really important and interesting. Price did test this area where it bounced before. This high previous resistance is here now acting as support. And you see what happened when price reacted. It came back down, it bounced and moved up really fast. Good information, right? And on the daily we have big white candles, again telling us that we have a trend direction right now. You see this powerful area even visible here, previous support, resistance, resistance, now acting as support again. Okay, it's the same line we had already on the chart. Okay, very important. Now if you go to the daily chart and there are more touches, or on this chart something looks better, you can draw, or you can change the line a little bit. Like for instance, you say, hey, I have much more touches down here now visible on the daily. I couldn't see that before on the weekly. I want to leave it here because this, look at all those touches here, this could also mean that price might bounce. If it doesn't, okay, no problem, then I take the line and place it back where it came from. We have more touches. But you can play around with the chart and always look on this daily chart if you find another powerful area of support or resistance. In this case, we have a lot of touches here, previous support, which could act as resistance right now if price is reaching this. So you can leave this. What you did, you just moved your weekly chart to the daily because it looks so powerful here at that point. If price breaks it and it doesn't really care about this, it doesn't even bounce and doesn't give you any red candles or nothing, then you know, okay, I'll just leave it back up on my where it was also very visible on the weekly chart. Okay, this is just an extra thing, but that's all. That's all you need to do. Trying to find support and resistance with multiple touches, ideally on the weekly or the daily chart. Okay, here you can see it again down here. Okay, let me give you another quick example. Okay, this one isn't that easy. On the monthly chart, you see it's kind of an uptrend, and then it's creating a lower high, but it's not clear if it's going up or down. On the weekly chart, it looks like this. Okay, it looks like this. And of course, again, combining our trend direction, we know it's an uptrend because all those weekly candles are going up. Okay, and it's also over the 36 EMA. So what about horizontal support and resistance here? This is not a range or something. It is like more likely not a clean trend on this high time frame, but it is moving up for sure. So we have volatility. We're looking for long trades for sure just by checking on the weekly charts. But where's my support and resistance, my horizontal support and resistance? I'll take my line again from here. Price is here, as you can see. Where do we have a lot of touches that could tell us that price is likely to bounce? If I take my line from here, price is here. Here I have only this and a little bit here, but also here and here and here. So now it starts making sense. This is a little bit too low, but here between the bodies and the spikes, in combination with this previous high, I have a lot of touches. So I don't leave it down here, I don't leave it up here, I leave it somewhere in the middle between the bodies and the tails, and I have a whole area of resistance. This is a big area of over 100 pips, but I know where price is likely to bounce. And of course, especially when it's reaching like highs, powerful highs, previous highs in combination with multiple touches here, so you have more touches, many touches in this area, this is even more powerful. But right now we leave it a little bit lower, not here, it's too low, not here, it's too high, but somewhere in the middle, just to figure out where price is likely to bounce more or less. This is a powerful horizontal resistance area. What about support? My lowest point is here, but this would be standing alone, right? If I go a little bit up, I have also something here and a little bit of bounces here, so a combination of this and this is good. Where do we leave it? Somewhere between. So we know touches here and here. This is my horizontal support. It's a little bit far from price, but it makes sense. Of course, when you go to the lower time frame, you will find more. If we go now to our daily charts, something will point out that is closer to price, and you can always go back to this on the weekly chart later when you go to the daily, and something looks better on the daily chart, it's closer to price action, you can always move this as I'd explained before. So you take this and look at that, I have a lot of touches on my daily chart, closer to price, more touches even here, you see between here and here, so you leave it somewhere here for now, and later on you can move it again from the weekly. What about the lows? Here's nothing really, you don't have to scroll back forever to find areas like those, but if you widen the screen a little bit, or have a big screen, you say, okay, what about these lows? Let me see back on the chart. Is there something? Man, it's difficult here, sorry guys. Not really exactly in the same area. Lower, yes, a little bit lower. So the lowest points are here, agreeing with those lows. So this is also fine. You can change it later on your weekly chart. Closer to price, because this is really far from price, closer to price, a support would be higher, somewhere here, because now I have this touch and almost this one and this, and I have my 36 EMA. So when I check price action, I'll say, okay, listen, weekly is great, but we want to trade, and the daily chart is giving me already enough information for now. So I have a lot of touches here. I leave those lines here, 1 and before, remember, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this previous resistance is acting as support, so if price comes back, it's likely to bounce in this area because of all those touches. And that's how we leave the chart with a daily horizontal support and resistance lines. Okay? I hope that helped. In the next video, we are going to talk about drawing trend lines on the charts. We have the horizontal support and resistance lines. Now we want to draw powerful trend lines, so we have them on our charts in combination with the horizontal lines. See you in the next video. Okay, the next step is to draw some trend lines on your charts. And I'm going to use again the USDN chart for this. We have done our top-down approach already. We know the main direction on the weekly chart, right? We know the daily chart, that price is moving up. We have some retracements here, but it is a powerful uptrend. We also know that on the daily chart we have some powerful resistance, horizontal resistance areas and lines here visible, support and resistance. But what about trend lines? Okay, so I will get rid of those ones for now, so it's not confusing. We don't want to have many lines on our charts. We also don't want any tools on our charts. We don't want any indicators, nothing other than our price action, Heikidashi candles in combination with our EMAs. And right now I only have the 36 and 12 to make it really easy on the eye. How do we draw now trend lines? If we look at the weekly chart back, the 36 EMA is more or less our trend line. Okay, it's showing us the direction. The 12 EMA, as I said, is our volatility EMA. It's showing us how fast and powerful the price is. So if it's stuck close to price like this, and it's never really breaking and penetrating it, it means we have a lot of volatility. As long as the price is staying below the 36, we have a downtrend. If it's staying above it, generally we have an uptrend. Right now you can see this here, up and up and up and up and up, a range, and then it's crossing, and then it's going down, and now it's going back up. And here it kind of retraced, broke the 36, but now it's back up. So that is why we need to start drawing trend lines to figure out what we have to do. We already know from our top-down approach and drawing the horizontal lines where the areas of support and resistance are horizontally. We also know the main direction we want to trade in because of those white candles we are going long. But what about trends? So let's practice a little bit on the higher time frame. We want to draw trend lines that are close to the 36 EMA ideally. We don't always get this, but ideally. So if I start here and I say, how do I draw a trend line? I need to find some low in an uptrend. We need to find the low and then connect it to some retracements on the charts. When the price moves up and retraces, we call those 1, 2, 3s or ABCs, which I will explain later on. But when price does this, okay, then we try to connect those retracements to create and draw a support line. On the other way, when it's going down and is below the 36, it will retrace and create those lower highs on the chart, and then we try to connect those to draw a trend line. When they are close to one of our EMAs, like the 12 on the 36, it's very easy. Sometimes when the chart looks really funny, then it's not that easy, but that also means that we probably don't want to trade this chart at that moment in time. So we need to look for easy and good looking charts, not complicated charts, because complicated charts we don't trade. If it looks complicated, we don't like it. We want things always simple. Now, how would I draw a line here? The 36 EMA and the 12 EMA is helping me a lot. If I take this low and connect it to the previous retracement like this, I have one and only two touches. To find or to create a powerful trend line, I need at least 3 touches. So if I do it a little bit different like this, then this is almost touching, and then I have 1, 2, 3 touches. But you can see the price is not creating higher highs at that moment. It's kind of ranging here before it's moving up. So when I change this angle to here, I get again 3 touches, but it looks a little bit funny, right? The 36 EMA is showing me and helping me with a trend. So I don't have to draw the line like this. It's easier to find the previous retracements and even those spiky things here and just connect those. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. And if I extend this, it's getting really close. Even though we have a range here, in the end, because the price is still supporting, the 36 is still supporting the price, in the end it's bouncing. So here you have a nice powerful line at this point. When you extend it, it's getting really close to the 36, and in the end it's continuing up. At that point, because price is moving steep, we need to change a little bit the angle of the line, and the 12 EMA is helping us with this. In this case, the 36 is too far from price action, so the angle of our trend line is changing to this. 1, 2, you see here is also 3, but after that is ranging, so the trend line is changing again to here, and then later on to here. You see 1 touch, a range, 3, 4, and then price decides not to create higher points anymore, and it's for a while. What does it do for a while? We don't have any powerful trend lines anymore, but we can draw a horizontal line here, because now when price is reaching this area and not moving lower, it's actually ranging, right, for a while. So we have horizontal support, horizontal resistance, but then it decides really to move lower after that range. And then again we have our crossovers, and the EMAs are helping us. I need to connect 3 touches. I already have 1, 2, extension of this 3, and price did not touch exactly, but it's trying to. In this case we have a problem, because price is still above the 36, so for sure I have my 3 touches, but not yet a downtrend. At that point this looks more like a range than any trend direction, right? Because yes, 3 touches, but price above the 36. Only when it's breaking and creating this lower low and lower high, I have a confirmation of a trend change. That means also the angle from here is going to change like this, and then the extension of those two is the 36 EMA, as you can see. But price does not touch the 36. So after moving lower, it only retraces back to the 12 with those white candles and moving lower. So I need again to change the angle of this line to this. And then the extension of this starts making sense, because when it's retracing again, it's touching this extension of the line, and one more time here. Okay, before it starts ranging, you see 3 touches, horizontal support, price cannot move lower, breaking this, It's still a downtrend because the price is below the 36, but then it's really confirming it later on and moving back up. So this is the trend line for down. Those are the trend lines in a different angle for up. Here again we have our range. You can actually leave those lines here for you to see as an example. Okay, most touches are down here, but price also moved higher. So I'll give you the big range. It's only 2 touches anyway. You see when price is stopped trending, it started ranging and then coming out of the range and again trending. So on this weekly chart, it looks like this. On a lower time frame you get for sure more touches, but right now we are on the weekly chart to get the main trend lines done. Now when price moved back up, you have 1 touch, 2 touch, and the extension would be here. But see what happens on the extension, it bounced, so a 3rd touch is telling me okay, powerful line, moved up about 400 points but decided to go down. So this trend line doesn't exist anymore. You only can connect now in a different angle this touch, the spike here, and this 3rd one. Now you have 3 touches, and now this could become a powerful trend line if price really decides to move up. If it does not and it goes down again, then this is worthless again for the uptrend. For the downtrend, you see the same thing. Price created a lower high, but was above, so no short trends, and then it moved down. So on this weekly chart again, now price broke this. This was not a powerful line because we had only 2 touches, no confirmed 3, so price did not bounce on the 3rd one. Okay, so you don't draw any lines here right now. There's no lines you want to draw right now from here. You can always draw lines from somewhere else and find your 3 touches and connect, and the extension of this connection here and this one here could end up being an area of resistance, but we want to keep it right now simple. We say horizontal lines, trend lines, and because I don't have in this uptrend a powerful 3 touch line, the only thing I have is this. That's the only line I can draw right now. Okay, price above the 36, so we're looking for trend lines, for long trend lines, for up trends. And to make it again simple, as long as the price is below the 12 and the 36, we have a downtrend, and especially the 36 of course, and if it stays above it we have an uptrend. So on a downtrend we draw resistance lines, trend lines, and on an uptrend, on a downtrend, right, on an uptrend we draw support lines. Okay, now what about the daily chart? If daily and weekly trend lines are in the same area, they're very, very powerful. If not, you rather look for daily trend lines because they're closer to price action and closer to your live real trading. And again, we will draw a lot of lines later on in the other videos. What about this? Here we have a downtrend, and as you can see, the 36 is acting as our trend line. Every time price comes back to the 36 like this, even if it's breaking for a while, if it's moving below, it's telling us price wants to move lower. It's still a downtrend. If I zoom out, how would I draw a trend line now here? Let's get rid of the horizontal ranges. Close to the 36 again, right? Before we had an uptrend, here you can see this range really close up. So we have a trend line break again. We know from the higher time frame that we have a break and trend change, and we can connect our first 3 touches here. 1, 2, extension here. Price is trying to break, but it cannot. Then it moves lower. But we want to connect lines close to the 36, so the angle is changing again later on. We have a little range here, as you can see on this daily chart. We have a range for a while. but still price is below the 36, and when it's touching the 36, in the end it's moving lower. This is good information for us. So we start drawing our trend lines. One touch, two touches at this point. And even if you would only draw it from up here, it's a little bit steep, so we don't like it like this. It's just two touches. We want previous history, so we would connect this and this. The extension of this ends up at the 36. If a trend line ends up close to the 36, it's always a powerful combination. Like a 36 and trend line combo, or 12 and trend line combo is always powerful. Price moves down, comes back up, retraces, like there's a pullback. It's a 1, 2, 3, lower low, lower high. That's what we are looking for in a downtrend. And again, bouncing crazy like this. The next extension looks like this. Price does not bounce immediately. It moves up for a little bit, but then in the end decides to move lower. So because this was only one fake break, we don't need to draw a new line. Most touches are still intact. Price is moving down. The extension of it is here, and later on down here. Okay, so you have a very, very powerful trend line, and every time price retraces to that line, it's bouncing on it. So when you can combine a 36 EMA and a trend line, it's very, very powerful. If we get more than 3 touches and price is bouncing in the end, we have a powerful trend line. After the range, and you see we have multiple touches on support, price moves back up. When we then get our higher lows and retracements back to the 36, the trend is usually changing for a while. Okay, and that's what happened here. But here we have only 1, 2 touches, and then it's going up so steep that on the daily chart there is no trend line other than the volatility line close to price. And the 12 EMA is guiding you here. You don't need to draw any lines. Now if you extend this line, it's ending up here where price almost tested it again, but it does not have any value for you because you have only 2 touches really. Yeah, better to look at price action. Now you get your lower highs. Price is not staying below the 36. It's ranging for a while, ranging. You can spot this range again on the daily chart at some point. Easy to see. And after that it creates the first 1, 2, 3. So here you get another trend. You have only 2 bounces, 1 and 2 here, so 3 touches, and then price is moving lower but not continuing the trend, going back up. And when that happens, you know, okay, price is over the 36 EMA. Let me make the chart bigger now. What do I have to do when price is over the 36? And it's a daily chart. We have to look for long trades again because we know where our horizontal support and resistance is. We did that before, right? But we have white candles, we have some retracements. The main trend is up. Price is over the 36, so we look for longs. What we can do now is checking for possible trend lines. You see on the daily chart there's only one line, this one, and the 36 is doing the same thing. This line is just moving between the 12 and the 36, but the 36 is your trend line if you cannot draw any, and that's why we're looking for longs again. What about lower time frames now? Because it's great to know that there's an up move right now and an uptrend here. We still need to know how to get in. So we check now on the 4-hourly chart as well. On the 4-hourly chart you can clearly see the trend change, your daily break, the 36 break, and you can also see your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, price creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And what about trend lines here? Look at this, 3 touches. Price is then really breaking the 36. We have higher highs and higher lows. At that point you also have, of course, your 36 EMA and your previous trend line. This is your daily trend line touches, but on the 4-hourly you have only 2 touches here. Price is breaking this. The 36 is your trend line here, right? Creating high lows, and then it's moving up steep. So what about support? Price is moving up. It's above the 36. So what lines are we drawing? Support lines. Look at the change of the angle. And then the angle is changing again because price is only retracing to the 12. And what happens here? The 36 and the 12 combination is your trend line, right? This is your trend line, and this is your volatility trend line that we draw. The 36 is the main trend line, and those lines that we draw are our volatility trend lines in this case, because price does not retrace back to the 36, only to the 12. What we see is price is creating a lower high. It did not bounce on the 36 and moved higher. It actually stopped here. So this support line that we did draw here is now acting as resistance because price couldn't break it, and now it's moving lower. That is telling us that yes, mainly we are still in an uptrend because the daily chart is pointing up, but in our 4-hourly chart price is below 36. So right now there is no long setup. And if we switch to the 1-hourly chart, we can clearly see, it looks a little bit more funny here, not that clear, but you can see that the price after this range did move lower. It created today a lower low on the chart, and it is already below the 36 on the 4-hourly chart. That means that right now the uptrend is not intact. It's not working for us on those time frames. So we are not looking for any long trades at this moment in time. If price decides to move back up, let's say tomorrow, then we know the main trend is strong. This line wouldn't mean anything anymore, but if, for instance, price would move up tomorrow, then this line changes to that. Okay, because this would be proven as a false break, price would move up. But right now we don't have a line like that. The only line you can draw is a little bit steeper, connecting those touches like this. You still have more than 3 touches, but still you can see price did break this line as well, and it is below. So it doesn't matter how you draw it. When price is below the 36, okay, it means that we are not looking anymore for any long trades right now. But this video is not about setups, it's about trend lines. It's just that, of course, we always combine our trading with our trend lines, so that is why it's so important that you understand this. And those are not really easy charts right now, okay? Price did break that, so we could look for potential trend change on those lower time frames. But for now, important only to draw the trend lines close to the 36 if possible, or combination of the 12 and the 36 EMA. I hope that makes sense. Again, we will do a lot of this in the upcoming videos, but you get the point on how to draw the trend lines in both directions, even on the top-down approach. Of course, you would ask, okay, I can draw trend lines all over the place. Which is the best? Should I leave it on a daily chart? Should I leave the line on the 4-hourly, on the 1-hourly? That depends on what strategy you're going to trade. Are you going for swing trades? Are you going for scalping trades? Are you going for day trades? So we will cover this in the strategies. Right now we are just learning how to draw the lines. Okay? How to draw the lines. And you can draw lines on all the time frames. Catch you in the next video.